Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. We're back in the workshop! If you like what you see and you're into your kit cars, guys, then why not subscribe to our channel? Press subscribe, click on the bell icon, press all, and it'll send you notifications each week. Right, another mad busy week in the workshop. He's laughing, they're all chuckling at me, who cares? But what we've got is some new products. Let's get into it, guys. Right, tyres, boots on your car, look at these bad boys. So now, as you know before, Toyota stockists, we run the RRRs. GG compounds, as standard, we'd offer them as a range. But now, if you want to, we can go into the Nankang range as well. We've now got Nankang AR1s. Lovely TED pattern on these. We're going to check them out. Hopefully, I think they're meant to deliver a really good track day tyre. We do the NS2R as an option as well, which we don't have here today, but we can get that for you in the 13s and the 15-inch sizes. So if you want to get hooked up on Toyos or you want to get hooked up on Nankang tyres for your car, give us a telephone call, Facebook message, email, etc. And they will be on our website anyway to just buy it online 24/7. But also these line the beautiful Compomotive CXRs. Hasn't got the centre cap on this one. We've got it on the other side. Go on the other side. Let's go on the other side. Look, centre cap. There we go. Got the centre cap on the wheel on this one. So the Compomotive CXRs, super 6-inch wheel, super light wheel. We stock these for the Mazdas now in a 4x100 offset. But what we do on these on the front for clearances on the calipers, if you're running the wheelwoods and that, we do have to put a small wheel spacer in the back there. It's okay on the rears, slight modification required, but on the rears. But they're 6, and they're perfect for the lightweight, like the R1 car here. If you're running a 185 60 profile tyre, spot on for that, spot on. So yeah, what else have we got? Oh, it's like a candy shop. These, oh, work of art. Now, you know when you do the booster and we do the dry sump systems, we've also now had these manufactured. We make them for ourselves, we don't buy them ourselves, etc. This is a dry sump tank, which can be used on a booster engine, etc. Running a dash 12 outlets on here. We also change this to an M12 by 1.25 for if you're running a sensor, but these are slightly smaller. Standard tanks that are on the marketplace, 508mm high. We come in a slightly different tank design that's baffled slightly in different here, and it fits perfectly then into the engine bay at the front section. So if you're running dry sump tanks where we normally position them here and we shorten the footwell, now we can run this under the scuttle. It's basically 450mm in total roughly as a height of the tank, fits under. We then have 2 outlets on the top rather than most manufacturers who run the single outlet. These are both 1/2-inch BSBs, so you can run a banjo fitting out to, well, return from the engine and one to your catch tank. So really nice product. They should be on the websites now. It's all splittable here and you can self-clean it, drain the tanks, do what you want with them. 5-inch tank, really nice bit of kit, really exceptionally well made. Just something new to bring to the market rather than the standard off-the-shelf stuff from other suppliers out there that you're kind of trying to make fit your car. Well, this is designed to work with the car and be fitted naturally. Right, we're standing over the RX-5 here, left-hand drive car. More progress being made, as you can see. It's on its boots and on the deck, which is nice. So running, a few little tweaks to do. We've had the bulkhead all put in, the wiring's been buttoned up underneath here. All the new battery terminals put in as well, and wires, etc. The OBP based header tank that we run, that's all plumbed in, all the plumbing's done, all the final plumbing, just got a filter to put on this as well. Peter's tweaking the back end here, so an adjustment on the wings and the alignments and everything else. But this is running the Toyota RRH, which we spoke about a minute ago, guys. So we're buttoning it up. This is ready to fire up almost now completely and start running and do testing and geos. We've just got the column and the steering wheel, all the dashboards fixed in. We've just got the final shroud to do on here with the boss and the steering wheel, because we've got a nice little suede steering wheel ready to go on, all badged up. Look, all MK logoed. Cool. That's going to be on there. Good look, killer in Manila. So yeah, we get all that buttoned up, and we also, I don't know what he's putting here, real wheel bearings, which has got a few little tweaks to do on this, on the butt. So we're starting to button this car up now. It shouldn't be long away to get this ready and to do the final preps, a bit like the white car for IVA. So if you want to know more, and we're finishing this hopefully next week in the stages of running it and etc., tune in next week. You'll see the progress and fire this bad boy up. While we're here, guys, standing over the beautiful Indy RR S2000. It's got the F20C engine in it. Final preparations for IVA now, and a few little bits to button up. Nothing major, but one thing I do want to talk about, which we had a little teeter with this week, and it may be a problem that will crop up later on for you guys who've got an F20C engine. And one of them was we had erratic idling basically on the vehicle. It's popping back and etc. through the plenum, running a bit lean. It's the idle air control valve just here. So this little mechanism that plugs in, this is on the Omic system. If you've got the standard S2000, slightly different, but this little mechanism here allows air to bypass from the throttle body and allows idle air controlling the throttle body for your idle basically, and when you're pulling away, slower. And so when the throttle body blade is shut, it allows air to breathe through and it controls it all. Well, it gets stuck, it's known. Because of this pipe here that feeds into the plenum, this one here from the rocker cover, ends up with a carbon build-up in there. So take it off, guys. There's a couple of grub screws here that you've got to unscrew, undo it, carb cleaner inside it, get it all cleaned out with a little swab. You'll see it's got a little magnetic motor in there. There is 2 bolts just on the side here. They are a tamper bolt, so they're a 5-star rather than a 6, so it can be tricky to get the part for it, but once this motor comes out, it's on a magnetic. It rotates on a little magnetic motor, and you'll see a little thing inside of it that you can then clean out. So if you have got erratic idling or hunting on your F20C engine, first place I'd port at, idle air control valve. Attack that and have a look, give it a good clean out. And on the Omic system, you can dial down the sensitivity of the idle air control valve as well to change the percentage on it as well. But on the standard S2000s, it's a self-learning system and it does it itself. But on the F20C, run it the programs, you can set it all up and balance it out. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to jump in the hot seat right there. We've got one final check. We've done a little road test yesterday, checked all the brakes and everything. Got one bit of thing. Speedo, just making sure we've programmed all that now. We'll do a little GPS speedo check on that. This is our standard instruments with all our MK logos on here, on all the instruments. Really clean, super clean, tidy dashboard, in carbon and all the nice savage switches. So I'm going to head on in, jump on in, get the bonnet back on. We're not going crazy speeds. We just want to make sure, get up to the national speed limit, where permitting, of course, to make sure that the speedo is within the parameters of what's required. Normally we get them within 10% on the most road cars are, but we get them pretty accurate because we've got them on, we can dial them in through the GPS, etc. as well. So, right, I'll jump in here. We'll fire it up. Got a little immobiliser on this one, as you have to have for IVA, so you need a couple of forms of immobilisation, whether it be a steering lock and immobilise. This one we've got an immobiliser, ignition on. Press this big go button in the middle here. RX5 turbo demo car. Back on it again. We are doing little bits and bobs, but what we'll do is actually earlier in the week, myself and Joseph were doing all the mock-up on this. So let's head over and look at that before I show you the rest of what's been going on. Okay, what me and Joseph are doing here, as you can see, we've got the RX5 turbo engine here, and then we was mocking up. We'll whip the nose cone off just quickly. What we're doing here, guys, is mocking up for the shrouding kit. So the shrouding kit here is designed to ram air through the nose cone here and deliver it into the intercooler, which then obviously comes from turbo to plenum, cooling it down, the air that comes through. Cooler air, more boost, more power. Joseph, that's what we like, more power. So we're making a kit here up. We'll assemble this, and this will be a laser cut part eventually that we'll be able to offer you aftermarket. You can purchase it online. So next couple of weeks we'll have it all mocked up, jigged up, everything ready to go, and then you'll be able to buy that. So if you've got an RX5 turbo and you're looking for the shroud kit, which we're developing here, it'll be available in a couple of weeks' time, guys. these just need rounding, Joseph. If that was rounded rather than square, just that section, then it'd be fine. That's way better. That's good. No, that's good. That's perfect up the top. It's perfect up the top.
Actually loads of room that side.
Yeah, that's perfect. Sits in. Hey, looking at riv nut tops. Yep. And then you've got the cold air feed section. What we've got in here, guys, is up here. See, there's a shelf here. So not only is it ramming to there, this shelf actually directs the air filter, and it's going to go into the air filter hat in the engine bay there. So it'll have a cold air feed directing the airflow into an air filter that's going to mount just under the nose cone now. Super! Right, so now you've seen the new sort of ducting kits and the oil cooler bottom mount that we do for the intercooler system radiator setup. Obviously we do an all cool kit anyway if you just run a standard radiator. They mount on, all available online anyway now, and the laser cut parts, we've just finished all of them, and the designs have been approved, and we should have parts on the shelf probably Monday, Tuesday as well. So back at the RX5 here, see, progress has been made. Most of the pipe work's all in, as you saw the other week, all nicely gold lined, bit of heat protection more than anything. It looks whizzy as well, of course. And then we've gone on, all the bulkhead in, new bulkheads in, new header tank, again, our standard one that we use now with a 20 psi cat, that's in. As well, all the link pipes been now joined on, so these will be available in about I'm going to say 2 or 3 weeks time. So you've just done the jigs for the new link pipe from the turbo. So the kindly comes in here. So this link pipe, this is the mock-up version that we did, and now we've jigged it all for it. So for the low mount turbo with the 2860 turbo, we'll have that link pipe available off the shelf part as well. We've been in on this side, a little bit of a face change inside the interior as well. So what we got rid of the old, where's the old one, Joseph? Up there, is it? Oh, let's chuck that down. So this is what we did have. Well, we think this is nicer. So we've gone with our standard partners, which is ETB, DD2 Lite, with our branded boost gauge. So with the passenger, you have a nice view of how much boost this bad boy is going to be running. And then we've got the AEM, which is probably the most used, the most commonly used air fuel ratio meter, so we can know when we're on boost. We could also do maybe some live mapping with that, with the lambda sensor and everything else all tied in. So yeah, so this is kind of about a few days away, isn't it, Josie? Literally a few, not even, it's hours away from actually being fluids first start up. So not quite this week, but leading into next week we should have this running, hopefully show you it all fired up and ready. So we've done all the mods that we needed to done. As you know, it's fully forged engine now, the GT2860 RS turbo, low mount manifold, all new coolant pipes, shrouding for the intercooler, oil cooler on as well, adjustable cams, inlets on it, it's had new rods, new pin, it's pretty much the engine's rebuilt. So yeah, so we tie into it, starting to get everything back together as well. And it'll have some new boots. At the moment we've got the CXRs on the back. We've just got to finish off on the front wheels on that, it's the final thing, but she's getting there, really super close. These wheels are just the rollers that we use, and these are what we're going to be putting on. That's on the back. I think we're going to be going to CXRs on the back, which we've got there, you can show you. Over that, or maybe another change, we'll not see. Once it's on the ground and rolling, we've got it finished out, and then we'll hook it over to the dyno. Maybe when it's on the dyno, we'll bring Anna along here, and she can film it on full boost. Right, so if you want to see more progress on these few cars that we've got in the workshop now, but what we've got next, we're going to head over to the other showroom. Neil is in the Indy RR Hayabusa Gen 1, 205 horsepower. So pull them buckles down, buddy. It's a bit nippy, this one. That's not how to pull away, is it?
This is the Indy RR 200 Hayabusa. This is a superbike engine car, and I've got to say, it don't hang about. Woo, dear. It's got a GSX 1300R engine. There's going to be a big flood round here. Oh no, no there isn't. It's got a Suzuki GSX 1300R superbike engine, and I'll just say it's a very visceral driving experience. I've had to go with the goggles, but it is a rapid little car. Being the Suzuki engine, this will cruise along at 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour in 6th gear with plenty of poke. I can floor it in 6th out of into a 60 zone, and it will pick up rather rapidly, so it doesn't hang about. It's a quick car, but it's very, very visceral. The engine screaming, the car's shaking itself to death. I feel like I'm coming into orbit. And it's not even on song. I'm only pulling 4,000 RPM. It's running Toyo AAAR proxies, and they are incredibly sticky. That has got phenomenal acceleration. Absolutely phenomenal. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Oh, that's quick. But that's your booster. That's why you go for the big one. It feels so planted on the road. You can't really turn the taps on the road. But it whips along like it's just crazy. It feels like there's a gearbox full of second gears. I'll demonstrate that as we come round. I'm just going to pop round this roundabout and I'll come back again. So with the paddle shift system, you've got to go one down and then obviously 5 up. You clutch across the gate. Once you clutch across the gate, you can then clutchless on your way up just by lifting your foot off the accelerator slightly. It's got a limited slip differential in it. Like there's a lot of second gears in the gearbox and it's not increasing at all. It's so visceral, it's absolutely barking at you, and I've barely got it on song. If I get it on song, the traffic comes up so quick. So that's 5th gear, so that's 40, 50, 60, 60, 60. Breathing on the throttle, and it's just whips up to 60 miles an hour, ever so quick. This is a very, very lightweight car, and it really feels like, compared to the car engine cars, it feels so lightweight, and the steering is so positive. It just goes where you want it to go. You point it in a direction and it will dive into that direction. It's been well set up. The guys in the workshop have set this up for an average build. really got into bark. When it comes on song, boy does it bark. What you can do with the gear change is, as I said before, because it's a bike engine, you can clutchless on the way up, you just need to lift slightly. Now we do a couple of bits of kit which, the flat shifter, they will allow you to just keep your toe flat down and just basically go hard. So I'll demonstrate it here. But you can only do it when you've actually got your toe down. You can't do it when you're mamby-pambying around. It's very easy. There's no clutch work to be done. I'm losing my head. But the this aero screen actually works very well. I'm not getting blown anywhere here. I mean, I might get it slightly about here. So what's that? Just above my head. But yeah, no, that makes for quite an exciting little drive.
If you want to know more about the MK Sportscars model and ranges, then head over to our website. Well, what can I say? Another week flown by. May is ticking off the dates. We're nearly into the bank holiday next week, isn't it? I think next weekend after. Mad. So, yeah, if you want to tune in next week, remember, press the subscribe button down there, guys. It'll automatically give you that notification that the videos that's coming up. Hopefully you like what we're doing here and enjoying these wonderful cars. If you want to get into one of these seats, in that seat there and be the driver, then pick up the phone, give us a call, give us an email, come down, have a test drive, see what we're all about. It'd be lovely to see you down here now. So that's it. Wrap it up. Catch you next week, guys. Like, share. You know where we are.